So once upon a time, I was like, I, when I was, let me start from there. So back in time, I'm not gonna tell you the exact time, but maybe it was few years back when I was like, first time I was out of my state to do a job. And that job was a private job. And I got a job from somebody else. Like I had no idea how can I get a job. But to be honest, I knew at some level that how can I get, but like to be honest, if you are in a new city and you had no exposure of like the environment of the city, then you will feel a bit underconfident, right? So that's how I was feeling. And so my dad found me a job and I started working there. And while working, I I worked for few months and I thought, oh, this job. And I used to keep thinking like, where am I heading? Like, is this job taking me to the goal or the taking me in the direction where I want to go, or like is it literally what I want? So for like in next 2 to 3 months, uh, I got to know that this job is, is not for me. I mean, I'm not interested to do this job since I found that that is a factory and there is nothing interesting to learn and grow over there. That's how I felt since the like people who used to teach us, I mean, the supervisors and managers, they were not like someone who has a lot of knowledge or something, and there is nothing to learn from them. It was only a technical thing that if you know to operate this machine, that's fine. You're good to go. But I had a mindset that that's not a good thing. And if even if I spend like my time to learn that machine operation, to operate that machine, I mean that is not worth it. I won't be able to utilize that skill somewhere else. Let's say if I'm in my village or somewhere like anywhere else, and this is life. We face challenges and problems at every step. Hmm. Yeah, especially if you are independent man. So that's what I thought, and I need to learn and grow. And I thought that that is not what I want. There is no challenge, nothing like that. You just have to learn to operate a machine and you can move forward. Although you could have you should have a leadership skill to lead those people, but not so professional. I mean, professional. There is no need to be like super professional and I have should have a good etiquette and manners. They are like literally some people are abusive and that's how they work. If you do not um, push them like that and do not say bad word to them. No one wants to work, and that's how the culture was there. And I wasn't really interested to work over there. And I thought, okay, what can I do now? I I planned to left the job, and earlier I was like influenced. Like I was learning to like get into the business or something. I read a couple of books about like business and stuff. I read few books like few motivational books and few motivational like I used to, and I still watch like self-help videos. And the the person who was speaking in the video, like he was kind of a motivational speaker, and he like told he used to tell in the video that uh, that we should look for a business, not for a job. I mean, we should get into a business instead of getting into a job. And I was kind of little very inspired to get into the business because of that. And that was not a only speaker who motivated me. There were a lot of them. So I made my mind to, okay, I'll start a business and I'll do something. I had no idea what to do, but I thought, okay, I'm gonna do something. And after a couple of months, I planned that, I have a very small amount of money, so what can I do? Whatever I can, I'll do that only. I'll start from there only. That's what I thought. And I learned a lot that, doing a business from like if you keep this in your mind that you should have a lot of money, then only you can start a business, then probably I thought like maybe I will never start then, because my financial condition was not so right. If I talk about my family's situation, they need constant support of finance, and that's why I thought, okay, it's not it's not gonna work. And my dad was still working, so I thought, okay, it's the best time to do something. And yeah, that's what I thought. And I ended up going in Noida. I explored few places at first. I tried, I thought like, I'll do a job somewhere. I mean, very far from those people who are living over there. Because where I was living, that was an industrial area. And that place was not just like only we were living, I and my dad. There were like a lot of people of my village who were living around us. And if I go anywhere, this was kind of like if you do anything that is stupid or something like that, more crazy or something, they will immediately will call and tell somebody in the village, and the village people are like literally free. They do not have enough work or something to get busy into. So since they're free, they spread this masses all over the village. And eventually, like everyone will get to know this that what the stupid thing you are doing. And I was like kind of very conscious about that. Okay, that I'm not gonna do this, and I'm not gonna show up to them that what I'm doing the stupid thing. What stupid thing am I doing? I'm not gonna show to them. So to assure that, I I started to look for a different city so that I cannot let them know this, that what the job and what thing am I doing. This is not that I was doing a wrong business or wrong thing, but since I thought like maybe whatever, what if I fell in my business, what if I lose everything, and that stupid story, my like villagers will listen to me, listen about me, and they will probably viral it everywhere. And at the end, my parents and my uncles and aunties will taunt about that, criticize and will talk about a lot. I mean, sometimes they even get crazy to talk about for years and years. So I thought, okay, yeah, that's what the thing is in my village. So I ended up okay. mm, so so for that reason only, I started looking for the jobs in Noida and Delhi. Eh, so let me know, like, let me tell you. Earlier, I was living in Faridabad with my dad, and I was doing a job, the job that I told you. So from there, I moved to Noida after like looking for a job all over the city, and I figured out that I'm not gonna get a good job because I had given a lot of interviews. Some interviews were like, many of them were like fake interviews. They used to demand money and then they will get you a job. And I was kind of very conscious, and I had learned about them from the internet that they do a scam. So I didn't got trapped from them, and I did not spend any money to them. And some of them were even real, and they told me that you'll have to work on yourself and you're not good enough to explain anything, and that way you cannot do enough, like you cannot do the job that you're applying for. And that's how I got rejected from the job I wanted to get. So, and there were like few jobs where they were like literally hiring people, and that was easy to get into. Like I could have got that job very easily, but I did not join them because they were paying very low amount of money, and I thought, okay, that's not a good idea. Since I had to send some amount of money into my village as well, my parents and the people around me in the village are illiterate, and they do not understand that somebody can go in like any city, or they can grow up over there. Growing up in the sense they can build a career, they can work for like almost nothing, like zero salary, just for having like accommodation and food, and you're working for something and end up learning a huge thing, and then you can start up something your own, or you can get a good salary later on. So that tech things they do not get it. And but earlier I made them understand that I'm doing that kind of thing. And actually I wasn't doing that kind of thing. I did not get any good job. But when I was leaving that city, when a new startup approached me to work with them, but actually I did not join them because I had a very bad situation in my village, and I had like very urgent need of money to support my family. My dad wasn't working. He had a disease, and I was the only one who can support them. And in the village, if you are aware about that, then like almost nobody works, in the sense like especially the women. they do not make any money, like going out or doing any job of that kind of thing, going out from the home. Although they do work in the farming, I mean, in the farmland or the field in our own land. So that's how it is. So I went in Noida and I gave an interview to get a telecalling job, and they even selected me, and I got the job. But there was a OZT, on-job training going on, and after on-job training, that wasn't really on-job training. That was just like 1 or 2 days, and even the people who were teaching me, they weren't really, they were not really interested to teach me properly the what the thing is there. And I was very younger back then, and I did not pick up everything properly in that very short span of time that actually had to. And later on, they got to know that I'm not good at handling the customers, and they fired me. Hmm. They fired me politely that you're not gonna do this. So I got fired from that job, and I got another job under a life insurance advisor. Yeah. And he was like working for years and years in that company, in like insurance company, and that is LIC. So he used to call himself that he is a chief life insurance advisor. And since I was working under him, he had a lot of client, and he used to manage a lot of things, like, yeah, he had an office and something like that, and that was his business. And he used to tell me, like, he made me his personal assistant. And I used to he had like his horse at two places, one in Vasundhara and one in Noida. He used to live in Noida, but in the Vasundhara, the horse was on the rent, and he used to tell me that you have to go there. There is a work going on, and earlier he told me that here it is. This is what's going on, and everything else. And later on, I bought a bicycle, and I started traveling from Vasundhara to Noida, and Noida to his office. And he even gave me a job to sell the credit cards. And I did not sell any card actually. Actually, I had got a few clients while doing the field work, approaching the customers on the street. Yeah, that's how I was catching the customers. And after a few months, let me tell you, the salary was very low while I was working under him. That was really unbearable. And I wasn't sure that where am I heading. But I thought maybe if I learn the skill of selling, I'll go ahead. Like I'll be a better man. I mean, I'll build my career or something. But I didn't tell you one thing. Before selling that, before getting into a job under that life insurance advisor, I had started my own business. I used, I once bought a lot of headphones from the Krollberg of Delhi, and I used, I like, hmm, I roamed and worked in a lot of market in the city, and I tried to sell them. But since I was a very introvert person, and I wasn't very loud and enthusiastic. I was enthusiastic, but I wasn't very loud and expressive to approach everyone like, hey, do you want to buy this and all? So that business was like a totally flop. I did not sell any headphones. Like there was a very limited sales that I did, maybe five, six headphones I had sold. But I had bought like maybe hundreds and hundreds. Yeah. And all of those I wasted. I gave to somebody and some of some people, and later I brought all of those headphones in at my home in the village, and all of those got like, what shall I say? Got destroyed. Yeah. Hmm. Got defective. Just while keeping it simply. Since no one was using this, and even I did not give anyone. I gave to some people, but I had a lot of them, so I couldn't give all of those headphones to anyone, and even without getting paid. And there is another thing. I wasn't like, I did not want to tell them that why do I have those amounts of headphones in my house. Otherwise, they will even ask me that, how did you get so much headphones? And since I was introvert, was I wasn't ready to express and tell all of my stuff, since that was a flop story. Hmm. So I told a lot of things, right? I'll tell you something else. Yeah, from there onwards, I will tell you in another video. That's a very long video I have made here. And I know that I'm not like explaining it. I'm not good to explain it in a better way, but like I use a lot of filler words, and yeah, filler words. That makes it noisy. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. If you like this video, you can subscribe it and hit the like button so that you can get my next part of this video as well. Thank you.